Clap your hands twice if you can hear my voice. All right, how did we make out on this? Yes, no, maybe so. You're close, yeah. You can, maybe we're not super confident yet, but we feel like we're getting it a little bit, yeah. All right. All right, we ready? Let's do this. Okay. So the first thing, yeah, I know you're ready, Sam. What's the first thing we got to hit? Will? Okay, so I'm just going to change this directly. Const, this is going to be function. Great. No big deal, right? We had our constructor in here before. This time we don't need a constructor or props, right? So I'm just going to take those out. Right, so things are getting smaller already. What should we do with the state? What do we need to do to use that? Use state, right? As soon as you see state, the first thing you should think of is use state. So let's go ahead and make our array that will destructure. I'm going to call this time and set time, because those I think are pretty clear names to me, and that's going to be use state, and the initial argument for that is going to be the same as the initial argument that I had before. Right? So, code looks fine so far, yeah? Okay, so now we have our component demount. So what's the first thing we should think of when we're thinking of component demount? Use effect. Perfect. So let's go ahead and import that as well. So we'll say use effect. So let's go ahead and make that use effect is a function. So use effect. I invoke it, and I'm going to pass in an anonymous callback. And in this example, I have this.timer. So instead of saying this, what should I say? Timer. Sure. So let's go. Yeah, I'll go ahead and make a timer. Can I const it? I don't know. I'm going to say let for now, just because I'm not sure. I think I have to reassign it each time.
Yeah, I think
let, and I will call that equal to set interval. Well, heck, I'll just take this whole thing, right? Why rewrite it? Gee golly, right? I'm going to undo this console log so we can see, just like last time, if we're actually doing anything on the unmount, right? How many times do I want use effect to run, or when do I want it to run? One time. So what do I need to add to make that happen? Siham. Okay, yeah, so we're going to definitely take care of component did now, but not quite yet. How do I just make this run one time and mirror the behavior of component did mount? Empty array, right? Perfect. Exactly. So we're going to add the empty array. Yeah.
I think you might be missing the bar up there, like clock on line 4. Is that right or not?
Line 4. Yeah. Nice. Good catch. Thank you.
catch.
Okay, so that handles our component did mount. Now we do have this component will mount. I'm not going to worry about this quite yet. Okay, but you'll see that right now we have this timer logic split up into two different methods, right? Luckily I put them right beside each other and they're not really big, but it would be kind of annoying if I had a huge app. Because I might not remember to clean this up. I no longer have this, so I know that, but I'm also just going to comment this out right now, for now. We'll worry about that a little bit later. There's no render, so get rid of that.
In the original set interval, there was a set value. We don't need that.
Oh yeah, perfect, great. So we still are calling this set state. That's no longer right. What do we call set?
Set time.
Set time. Perfect. And there's no longer this.state.time. Instead, we just have what? Time. I'd say that looks quite a bit cleaner than it used to, right?
Why is it let timer?
Because this is going to get, well, we can just call it const and see what happens. I think
Or, like, I did it and I just didn't assign the variable.
then it would have become global. But we need to be able to turn it off later.
Got
I'll call it const and see what happens. Yeah.
On line 10, do we need an object?
Oh, good catch. No, right? And we don't need it to say time anymore either, right? We just need to put in the new value. Very good catch. I also love these. I love how everybody is saying lines to me. This is great. You guys remember the first month when you guys would just shout? Spelling. Where? I wrote 100 words. Yeah, Con.
Line 11.
Yeah.
You forgot to invoke a function.
I forgot to invoke a function on line 11.
Oh, like you forgot to invoke the timer.
I said,
Oh, he means out. Yeah. He means out.
why timer's not a function. Timer is the return value of set interval.
So, no.
I don't think there's any other bugs yet. Yeah. Hey.
This value, it was.
That was something that we had seen earlier as a hard code.
Okay,
No.
So actually, so you can use it later.
Which thing? The timer? Yeah, so this is so we can clear.
Assign but never use.
Right. Just for now. We're going to use it in a minute. Yeah, Sin.
Why do you have const timer?
Set interval gives back.
No, not that. Just you have const timer equal to.
I know, I'm explaining that. So, on the right side of the assignment operator is what const timer's value is. So, set interval evaluates, and it does something, but it also evaluates into an ID for that set interval, and timer will take on that value. Later, we will clear the interval with that timer value. Okay. Let's see if our clock works. This one is our clock. So it looks like it's working, and that's pretty cool, right? And when I leave it, and we go to our form, and then we go back to the clock, we now have that. Now we're getting the 2 logs again, right? Remember this bug? We go to our home, and now we're going to get the 3 logs, right? This is because we're creating a new, every time it unmounts, we're not cleaning up that set interval. So then when we mount again, we instantiate a new call to set interval. Okay, so don't fear not, we have a good way of going about this. So we have to look at our component will unmount. Right? That's where we did it before. So where is it here? So useEffect has one more thing that it can do. Right? We've talked a little bit about did mount. We've talked a little bit about did update. We haven't really seen did update yet too well. We will in a little bit. But we haven't seen component will unmount at all. We can do this by having our useEffect callback return a function. So I can say return, make a fat arrow function, right? Another anonymous function. I know it looks a little weird, but it's nice that it's all in one section. Your useEffect can handle all of it. This function, this return function, will run
Another useEffect.
whenever the component is about to unmount. As soon as the component is about to unmount, it will fire this function. This is where you put up your cleanup information. So our cleanup information is clear interval and passing in timer. So now we have a spot for that.
So the return works as the component unmount.
The component will unmount. Right before it unmounts, it fires that function.
So we
And
would-
so that function is in charge of doing any cleanups that you may need. So if you added any event listeners on the document, on the window, set intervals, anything like that, if you already started a set timeout, in that anonymous function that the useEffect returns, you should get rid of all of those things. They're all in the one spot, all connected together. So it's very nice, very easy to read. Once you get used to it, like I know it's a little new, so it's harder for us to read. But in reality, we have a big function, like a big class that does a lot of things.
So.
It could be all over the place.
Go outside of the set interval? Yes.
Yeah, I'm in the wrong spot. I'm sorry about that. Good catch. Yep, it should go outside of that.
I was trying to
Figure out how to move it. That's the way.
Where did it go?
It's supposed to go outside the second.
So it's right here.
Right.
Right, there we go. Right, so this is no longer in the set interval. Add an extra space in there, just to make it more clear. All right, let's see if this helps. All right, so we refresh, we're getting the time, great. Let's go to a new component. Let's go back to clock. Oh, you can see it's already stopped. It's no longer printing it, so we already know that it works. Yeah, see, now we've handled our component will unmount. Did we get any errors? No, oh, we didn't get the error I was hoping for. That's all right. I'll show that another time. Not bad, right?
No. Scary.
Look how clean that is.
Allegedly.
It's so much smaller than the other one. All right. Yeah. Well, questions on this one. All right. Yeah. Go for it.
All right, so we're using set timer to change the time. What if you just want, use effect to change the time. What if you just want like one time, one date, something like that? Say you just use state, or you always use effect in order because you're just mounting.
Are we storing stuff in state? I'm a little confused by what you're trying to accomplish.
So yeah, you're storing it in state.
Then we need to use state. Okay.
Okay, but you're not. You just want one piece of information. You always have to use effect to go through the life cycle, right?
Yep. The use effect is replacing this life cycle.
Okay.
Okay. So let's see what else we've got here. Person was fine. Nav bar is fine. Movies we built. Wait, movies? Yeah, movies we built. Login we built. Home we built. Let's go back. Challenge yourself here. We wrote a form component. That was pretty big, right? See if you can spend the next 20 minutes converting this into, and you can work with the people around you, right? This isn't meant to be like by yourself. I don't think we really have like a Hooks lab today, so this is kind of it. Go ahead and work on updating this component to Hooks. And remember, we did write use input that you can still use again.